Hi everyone, I wasn't going to film today, but then the lighting is really good now. We had about a week of very grim weather and it was very dark and rainy, and yeah, so it's nice to have this natural light that I can still film in, because soon I will have to use my studio lights, which are okay, but I still think there is nothing better than natural daylight. Okay, so today is going to be all about stationery, and I think, you know, some of you really enjoy watching that type of video. Sometimes I'm in the mood as well. So let's jump right into it. So I went to a store which I think is called Paper Chase here in UK, and they have really lovely stationery things like notebooks and different pens, and I don't think they do washi, maybe they do washi, like wrapping paper, loads and loads of little cute things. And I found this set there, which is the Zebra Mildliner brush pen set. It's a pen and marker. Anyways, there is a lot of information here, so it's the Fluorescent set, and it's also, it says here, double-ended, soft, mild color. So these are very soft colors, and they will not show up very well on the camera because they have that not only soft color but also fluorescence to them. So they're a little bit neon, but like not a bright neon, a more of a pastel neon, if that makes sense. And that is always very tricky to show up on camera, as it is in person. So I've done some doodling over here. No, hold on. This was the other set, I think. Oh, some of these are done. So the neon ones, I think the orange, the pink, and this neon with this neon and the blue, they are by this set with the thin end, with the fine end, and then the rest of the doodles, they are done by the Paper Chase own brand pastel markers. So these are quite interesting as well. I'll show you them in a minute. Now these are not really for art making because they have the colors. I think these you could potentially use in some creative way to create art, but these are a little bit pastel and neon, which makes it I guess more hard, but really it's up to you what you do with them. I bought them to highlight things in my like diaries, you know, when I have schedules, when I have to do videos, editing, all sorts of stuff. Then I can just use a nice little highlighter. But I also wanted to try these for a while. So the Zebra Mildliner brush set are very good for like calligraphy type of writing. And like I said, you probably can't pick up on that, but anyways, so they have loads of other colors, and in fact I have ordered a set which is coming at the end of October, beginning of November, so they will be shipped from abroad, so I'll have to wait a little bit. And they have lovely colors in those sets, so yeah, I want to use those for kind of hand written, this type of kind of calligraphy, but more sort of the modern calligraphy. And currently I'm learning how to improve that. Some letters I find easier to do than others, so I guess L and H, E, that's that type of letter I find easy to do, and then there are some letters like K and capital letters that I'm slightly struggling with. So anyway, that is why I wanted to try these. They only had this color set, and so I bought it to use as like highlighters. But the idea here is that you have, let me see if the colors are actually named. Okay, so the colors are pink, blue. I think the colors are named pretty in a very basic way. So this one orange, this one must be yellow. and this one is blue green. So of course the minty green is my favorite out of them all, but I'll show you in a minute what they look like with their end. So this is the brush end. They're designed in a really neat way. I like the look of them. I like that they're wide. The cap, just everything about them feels really good in your hand. They're very well made. And then this end is the finer tip end. So when I say finer, this is how fine it is, and I'll show you a little close up. In fact, I already done all of the swatches, so you can see. So this is the fine. Let's see if it can focus here a little bit. This is the fine end, and that's the brush end. And here are all the swatches right here. So I hope you can pick up on that. All right, let's move on to the Paper Chase pastel markers. Now, these, I just wanted to try them out, and again, whenever I buy something like that, it's not really expensive. So this is £5 for 4 markers, which is, I think, reasonable. And whenever I don't like something, I just give it to my son. He's about to turn 4, and he loves everything pen related, pencils, so you know, I never feel like I waste my money because he will really enjoy those. So these are a bit interesting. So it says here erase and rewind. So I didn't actually know or pay attention to that until I got them home, and then I opened a little pouch, took them out, and then looked at the end of the pen and realized that there is some sort of like a hard rubber ends, and I thought that looks interesting. So then when I saw the packaging or read it again, I realized that these are actually erasable, and so that's very neat. I've never had a marker before that you can erase. So these are the colors. There is no color name on the pens. So there is a yellow, there is a green, purple and pink, and they're like a pastel color, so I really like that, and definitely could use them in illustration. And then you can see these lines right in the middle of the swatches. So this is when I used the eraser. Now I used the eraser straight after swatching, so let's try and see if that's going to do anything after it's been swatched for a while. So I'm going to try here. Yes, it actually works perfectly fine. So that's amazing. So no matter how long, these swatches are about a week old now, so no matter how long you had it, the marker on the pen, it will just erase it. So that's really interesting. Now the eraser, it honestly feels like it's going to be there permanently. It doesn't feel like it's one of those erasers that, you know, gets smaller as you use it. So it's very, very interesting. Now let me try it on this. No, so there is something in the actual marker that makes it erasable and work with this. So it's not compatible with others. Let me try it on Tombow just in case. No. Okay, so that's good. That's quite a neat little pen. So you could, for example, I don't know, let's say we're going to do a little swatch here, like so. Leave it to dry a little. I'm going to do a leaf next to it as well. Okay, so at this point I can then start sort of doodling little marks. Also keep in mind, when the ink is not fully dry, it sort of will not work as perfectly because it will pull the ink into it. But once you give it some time and you want to do some doodling, like you can do patterns within, like something like this, you know, you can doodle some textures into the swatches like that. And then with the leaf you could kind of almost use the eraser to create little marks as well. So we all know Sharpies, and some of you might already also be familiar with the ultra fine point, but I was just going to say that I ordered a pack of them and I really find them super useful for like labeling little half pens, because the fine tip is really fine, and you can do let's see here. So you can see how fine that is compared to the regular one, which is, this one says fine point, but it's a marker. This one is the ultra fine point and this is fine. So you can see that it's not that fine. I think in fact when I was buying this one I thought that would have like a thin line to it, and then it was just a regular one, and then this is a really good one because if you want something permanent and something that will have a thin line to it, then you can obviously do that, but keep in mind that they do bleed through, but the extra fine, very little compared to the thicker nib. Okay, so that's very useful. Next thing I want to mention, well, I don't know if you're into this sort of stuff, but I was really on a hunt for a letter opener, and I haven't found one which I liked for a very long time. And then I went to Laura Ashley home department and found this little cutie, and it was on sale as well, so I just absolutely loved this leopard or cheetah, whatever it is. And yeah, it's just so pretty. It's got these black enamel kind of dots on there, and the texture, everything, and it sort of has two sides to it, so it's looking to one side. It's beautifully made, and it just makes opening letters so easy. The point is not sharp, so nothing here is sharp. You can't injure yourself, and opening letters is a lot more pleasant than, you know, sticking your finger in. Sometimes you can ruin your nail polish, or you can just, it just doesn't feel nice, and then it just has all these torn paper edges, whereas with the letter opener it's just a lot easier. So I don't think I can link this one for you, but just wanted to let you know, again, if you have a local Laura Ashley. So then I got another corner punch, and although I have already the Fiskars 3-in-1 corner punch, which is very good, one you know, gadget does it all, but I kind of seen a lot of these X cut corner punches, and I really like how they work. They seem so easy, and yeah, I just wanted to give you a little comparison. Let me just get it out of the box and then I'll show you. Okay, so what are round corners for? So you will notice that some of the sketchbooks have a round corner. Some of the inserts, like this one here, they have a round corner. And sometimes you want to create maybe an insert or like a tip-in, or maybe even like for memory decks. You know, right now there's a huge trend, which I'm kind of contemplating whether I should jump onto that wagon. But yeah, so anyways, if you want to round the corners and you're quite crafty, I'd imagine you probably would want to have the flexibility of 3 corners in one, which takes obviously less space, and it's probably cheaper. Or, although Fiskars are quite expensive and it's quite heavy as well, or you might just be someone who's not that into crafty stuff and you just want to have one size and you're happy with that, then I would advise to buy something like this because it is cheaper than buying this thing. Okay, so let's find the smallest corner. So like I said, this is a 5mm corner, and there are different sizes. You can find them. I'll try to link bigger sizes for you as well. So I'll find the smallest corner on here. So the way this works is you can see 3 different corners, and this is the smallest one on the Fisker. Now, what I don't like about Fiskers is sometimes the paper doesn't go straight in. I don't know what it is, but like, for example, if I am pushing the paper in, sometimes it's not perfectly straight. So let's try this one. So sometimes it gives me these edges right here. So let's see if you can see that. Let's see. So I'm going to do that here. So you can see, like, on that corner, it cut it with these little bits here, and that's what created it. On the second corner, if I can find it, it has cut it without it, and I have pushed it the same way in. So that inconsistency is what I find with this, you know, this corner punch. So here we go. Imagine this is our memory decks card, or you could do these rounded corners and do a little illustration, or Christmas is coming, if you might want to do rounded corner Christmas cards. That's quite useful. Now let's try, and I'm trying this for the first time with you because I haven't, I obviously just took it out of the packaging. So here is a little explanation of how you do it. Basically, you slide the paper in like that, and then you just clip it, and it does a really good job. It seems more consistent with this punch, and also between me and you, I just love that clicking sound. I don't know what it is. Every time I see someone round their corners with the X cut, I just love that clicking sound. And although the 5 millimeter seems smaller than that, it's actually quite good for me because it means that I now have a fourth size of the corner cutters. So yeah, that's pretty neat. I really like how it works. Really nice cutting of the corners. So that's my experience. I would really recommend these. These are great quality. Also for the price mark, they are a lot more affordable than the Fisker's cutters and also punches. And also Fisker's punches tend to be very clunky, very big and heavy. Okay, let's move on from that, and I have one more thing left to share with you. Oh yes, is these. So this is Koh-I-Noor brand. They are very well established brand, which I didn't know actually. They are from 1790, which is just so old. It's like one of the oldest brands, but it just looks very modern. So this is a different, this is the Jumbo set, I believe. Creative Sans, doesn't really say anything here in specific, like, because they have different sets. So I'll try to link exactly this set, and you get the America, which is white, blue and pink, sorry, red. Then you get the original, which is red, blue, yellow. Then you get the Fire, which is yellow, red and dark red, which I think is going to be lovely. Tropical one, which should be also really nice. It's got a teal color, which is yahoo. I love teal color. And it's like a turquoisey, cobalty, yeah, cobalt turquoise type of color. Yellow, turquoise and red, like a dark red. And then there is a neon one, which has, I believe, like a neon yellow, neon orange and a blue in there. So somewhere when I was trying to research and find pencils by Koh-I-Noor, which have, like, you know, different colors to them, so not too close together, like you can see here, the blues are too close together, so you don't get that contrast, and they really are fun when you get a lot of contrast with them. So this is the set, and the one pencil that I saw being used was this one here. They don't seem to be labeled like in any way. So this is 038. This one is 1382. I don't know whether these are the numbers. 058. Anyways, I'll try to link what I can. They're very light, these ones, the Jumbo pencils, compared to like the size of them. So where I'm going with this is basically I will quickly swatch them out, but I also wanted to say that in the pack you also get, as you just saw, there was packaging on the pencils, but you also get a separate eraser and also a sharpener. Now I want to sharpen, see whether that fits, because it just seems like it might be too small. So I'm going to sharpen the pencil real quick. These obviously are very big, so compared to like a regular size polychromos, you can see how big they are. So they're not going to fit into a regular size sharpener. Now this sharpener doesn't look that great, so let's see if it actually works. Okay, so it definitely works. That's good. Okay, so I got my tip nice and sharp now. It does scratch a little bit on the bottom here, but not too much. It doesn't damage the pencil, and it did a good job. So let me do the yellow first. I'm going to just swatch it out right here. So you get the colors are a lot more contrasting, and so they look nice. Let me see if I can I'll do 2 bunny ears on each. So you can see here. Nice colors. So this one was, which one was it? It's really unclear. So this is definitely America. And then this one, yeah, that one was original. Then we have the fire, and then we have the tropical and the neon. Okay, let me do the American. And I'm going to do America right here. So that's the white, blue and red. Next one is the fire. Fire is similar to what I already have here, but it's a bit different, I guess. So it's more of a kind of like a red orangey color, and it's similar to the number 8, but I suppose it has more orange in there. So 8 is more red. This one has a bit more orange. And then let's look at the tropical. Oh, that is fun. I like this a lot. This is very pretty. So that's the tropical. And then finally, this one. Oh, that is fun. That is the neon color, and I'm going to swatch it out here. That is very nice. There you go. So these are very pretty. So yeah, that is it for today. Oh, let me actually see, because I haven't seen whether you can erase this. Alright, so in terms of erasing, I really wouldn't call this erasable. Because it just smears, really, and doesn't erase that much. So I wouldn't recommend using the eraser, because you can see the color is carried outside of the little sketch or illustration that you will do, and it's not really erasing to the white of the paper. It just erases it a little bit, which I don't think it's worth calling eraser. So I don't really recommend using this one. In fact, I'll probably just chuck it away. And that is it for today. So I hope you enjoyed this lengthy stationery haul, and that is it. So see you soon, and thanks for watching.